in my MBA class, there's already been like one or two drop off that just
Wow.
couldn't handle it, and I always go back to 18-year-old Ryan, first week of boot camp, senior drill instructor, sitting everybody down, going, hey, look at this as a prison sentence. Do your time, get out. And that's how I look at those programs, where it's like, yeah, it's hard, but what am I gonna do? Quit?
Yeah, not an
Like
option.
like the yeah, it's just not an option. And I think that's another aspect of being an entrepreneur is like when you're in too deep, you can't just quit.
No.
Like there's just no quitting, and it's like as an entrepreneur, you have all these things backed up, and I think when you're an employee, you do have the luxury of quitting. And as an entrepreneur, there are other options. Maybe there's exiting, maybe there's folding, but you can't lose if you don't quit.
Yeah.
That's
I
what I
agree
would
with
say.
that. Yeah.
There might be a season, to Tim's point, of increment failures, but if you don't quit, that failure is never a lost battle or a lost war.
But I disagree, and I want to kick it to him after I finish
please
my
do.
disagreement. I am a firm believer in quitting because you cannot be perfect, and every business venture or business line you get into will not win. And I have had more losers than winners. But stopping doing something doesn't mean quitting altogether. So when I want the entrepreneurs to hear this, you may start a wholesale company and find out you suck at it, but it doesn't mean quitting wholesaling means you have to quit all real estate together. You may be a lot better at flipping. You may be an amazing landlord, but a shitty call center, wholesale, boiler room guy.
Sure.
Do you agree?
100%, man. Like, I've come up with all these ideas, and I'm like, I'm going to do this. And I start doing it. I'm like, oh, this is a terrible idea. Oh, I got to stop this immediately.
One of my favorite social media posts was when you were really growing Nextera. You had the assistant that was like smoking weed in the office
No,
or
she
something.
was huffing an air duster can, bro. And she passed out. I was like, I'm a terrible manager of people. I should not be doing this.
Real quick though, like I don't disagree with that statement. I think my point is you should be able to identify, is this worth going to finishing? Do you
Yeah.
pivot or do you fold? And I agree with that because I think yes, you can run yourself ragged, but
Investable realty was a horrible idea.
I mean, and I think a couple people told you that.
Yeah, they did.
But
And I did it.
But
and-
you don't still have it.
No.
Right.
You quit it.
Now, I quit it wrong. I should have converted it to EXP like I was told to, and then I'd probably be making like 50 grand a month. But anyway,
Ah.
But the point is like identifying when something is. I think there's a difference being to be able to say quitting something and identifying, hey, this is not a good idea.